Hello beautiful people, welcome to another video with Stuffs with Co-op. So glad you can join me today. I've got my binders with me today, and I've also got my crystals here. Always love having them with me. I'm not selling crystals, but I just really enjoy having them in my presence. I've got green fluorite, yellow citron, and unakite, and I just love having them with me, along with well, again, not even my plant, it's my sister's plant that I've decided to name and just bring on the video with or without her permission. This is Rainy, and she has been spritzed with a bit of water today, so she is just glistening. I love it. I love to see her grow. I've also added in my candle today. That was a gift to me from my cousin, and it just says radiate positivity. I love it, and it smells beautiful. It's like I think it's like a mango pineapple sort of a smell. It's beautiful. I won't leave it too close to Rainy just in case they don't get along with each other. Alright guys, welcome and thank you for joining me for another video. Let's get straight into it. So today I've got my binders with me, and I do apologize for the angle that I've set my camera. I've got me and my tripod camera shadow there, which I don't know how I did it last time, but I can't seem to get that right angle again, so I might just have to, that's alright, we just make do with what we have. 'Tis life, can't get everything, and still works. That's the end of the day, that's the main thing. So I've got Shanks with me today. Before we start, we'll just go through and see what change we have left over from last week. So petrol, I've got nothing. Spending, I've actually got 15. However, it was only the 5 that was from last week because I get paid on Thursdays, and I put my spending in $30 already, so that's the leftover for this week or this pay, so I'll leave that one in there. Eat out, I haven't got anything. Overflow, I took out. So last week I got so excited, being my first video and being so excited with my anime stickers, as you would, because who doesn't love anime? I got so excited with my stickers that I actually didn't explain the purpose of some of the envelopes, which I will explain today. So I wanted to confirm or clarify that obviously your petrol, your spending, and your eat out are a bit self-explanatory. Overflow, just to confirm, so overflow for me is the envelope where I will hold any cash that is that will be rollover from last week. So for example, this 5 was sitting in spending, but I could put it in overflow if I choose to hold on to it. But anything that's a 5 and under, I won't roll over. 5s will go into the $5 jar, and any coins that I've got will also go into the coins jar if I can grab it. So as I've mentioned in my last video, 5s and under will go into the jar, and the coins, silvers and golds, I believe that is it, silver and golds will go into their own jar. So I've got my golds here with me. So last week we've got $2, and it's so funny, I had to remind myself that I should probably hold on to the change and the coins and add them in to the jars in front of you. So this is my silvers jar, and add them into the jars in front of you, because I was getting change and I've just been putting them in by routine, on my own, without an audience. So I've just been going away and putting them in and not realizing that, oh, maybe I should hold on to these and just do it together with you. So I've got the 5 from last week. I'll just grab the jar. And I realized that I didn't have my jar with me. So this is my $5 jar. I've noted it from the 4th of March because I actually want to open it in either a year's time or when it gets full to see the progress that we've made. So I had to put the date on it, otherwise I would forget. Now my sorry jar, if you remember again from my last video, this is my sorry jar. So I tend to over apologize, which I acknowledge that as something that I do. And I wanted to change that habit so that instead of saying sorry, I would make room for other opportunities to use other words like excuse me or pardon me. So the sorry jar is getting quite full. However, we won't be putting anything into that today. I tend to hold off on putting putting regular amounts into the sorry jar. And what I do is I just put, say for example, I keep a mental note of how much it's going to be, and I put the amount of it at the end of either a fortnight or a month. So I might continue to stick with that by keeping it a fortnightly amount, and then I will put it in at the end of the fortnight. So by mental note, I do recall that at the moment we are on $5 this week, because last week I paid it up to date. So I don't owe anything, but now I've started to accumulate my sorries again. All right, guys, so getting straight into it. This week's cash stuffing. So I've got my budget sheet with me with just a layout of the things that I need to pay for. And as it does, life happens, and you know, sometimes you get more or you get less than what you anticipate and plan for, and you just like change your budget accordingly. So everyone's different, and mine was definitely changed up a few times before I decided, nope, this is what I'm sticking with, this is what I'm going to work with. So the guesstimate was $860.50. The actual amount received was $1,035.50. So I decided to keep $325.50 in the bank, because as you can see from my below amounts, there's bills that require those little bits of change. So I've decided to keep them in there so that when those bills are due, I can just transfer the cash, deposit the cash, and then just transfer with the small change already in there. So I need to make a note, because this month, and this was so interesting, this month I actually have a payment. It's the last payment for the card that we have, and it's so funny because I thought to myself, well, if I do a budget, I'm not going to be able to meet the amounts that I want for my budget and pay for this final amount for our car. But I chose to go ahead and do this anyway, because I thought, if I don't start now, when am I going to start? There really is no opportune or perfect time to get started. I just figured I'm just going to start it, and it's going to push me to budget according to what I need to do and how my life is going. So I did it, and with absolute grace of the universe, because I believe everything happens for a reason, that I was able to go through my budgets and have a guesstimate of how everything is going to work and plan out. And I'm still able to work on my budget, have things assigned to the categories that I've noted down, and also be able to have the final installment for our car payment. So I'm so grateful, so happy, and just absolutely blown away by that blessing that came into my life, and just being able to just get to where I need to get on this budget journey, but also pay this large amount out for our final car balance. So I'm really grateful for that. So today we'll be doing a stuffing of $710. So we'll just count our cash and pop it in the tray. Actually, I'll go from the hundreds. So hundreds, we've got 2 in 100s. Weekend ahead, guys. If you're in Melbourne, shout out to you. We're finally out of lockdown with a bit of breathing space. What are you guys up to this weekend, this long weekend, or just weekend in general? What are you guys up to? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. 50s, we've got 300. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. 20s, I've got 120. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Now 120, however, I've already taken $30 out and into the spending envelope, so that's going to be minus 20. So this one will also be minus the 10, I believe it was. So let's have a look here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it's gone. And shout out to my nephew for not realizing that I've borrowed his Legos. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that's 30 in 5s. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. So the first, well, let's start with Shanks. So the first thing that we will stuff is Shanks, my everyday wallet, and the envelopes that I have with me so that I can top up on petrol or do everything that I need to. So petrol this week is getting $20. Spending, as mentioned, we've already stuffed, so we're going to leave that one for the moment, Eat Out is getting a 20. Overflow is just the money. Oh no, yeah, that just jumped straight into that. Overflow is just the money from what we have left over. So we're not going to do anything with that one today. It'll be if we have anything left over from this week, then we'll put it into Overflow. So Shanks is done. Beautiful. Now we're on to Nezuko, which will hold my savings and a few other envelopes that I've got in here as well. So we've got Mama. Mama. Ooh, is not getting anything. Caca. Poor Mama. That's okay. We'll stuff her next time. It's all good. It is what it is. Personal care is not getting anything. Bubby, my dog, my little boy, my little man, is getting $10. And I'll update the tracker after this as well, because then that way it gives me a chance to just double check everything and make sure that I've got it all correctly. Now incentive this week is getting a 20. So what have we got already? So we currently have 30 in there. So we've got 20, 40, and 10, 50. So incentive, looking good so far. So incentive is actually just the name of one of the savings accounts that I have. And because it's called the incentive, I just continue to call it as that. I haven't really given it another name. All right, so rainy day this time is getting a 50. All right, so we've got 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 125. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. You know when you just start second guessing yourself? Let's not start with that. All right. So K challenge. So as I've mentioned previously, the K challenge, I've left it as just K challenge, because when I finish this challenge, I want to continue doing other challenges as well, just to keep the momentum of savings going. So I've just left it as K challenge, but this time around, I'm specifically doing a 3K challenge. So I've already got 1,000 in my account. So this one will just be continuing to it. So we've got 100, 150, 120, 140. Beautiful. Deposit. Deposit. That was not a cat. That was just me. Deposit is the deposit that we're working to add towards our home one day. So we're just continuing to add that, but now just in cash form. So that's 100 for that one. So 50 in, so that's a balance of 100. Sorry, Mama. I'll stuff you next time. I was about to say next week, but I can't guarantee because I haven't looked at next week's budget yet. But that's all right. We'll stuff her when we can. All right, guys. So we've got Nico Robin, which will have my sinking funds in here. So let's get stuffing. All right. Rent is 120. So in rent, we've got 1, 2, 20, 40. So 240. Yeah, I noticed that last week, that as I was going through some of my envelopes again, double checking the counts, I thought, did I explain what this one's actually for? And I thought I knew what it's for, but do you know what it's for? So I was like, I better make a mention of that this time. So Optus is the provider for my mobile. So this time Optus is getting 55. Now I've actually paid a bill for Optus on Thursday, which is my payday. So this money will go into my account at the end of the month, and I'll just transfer that into my buffer account where I paid the bill from. So for the moment, we've got 50, sticky, 50, 70, 90, 95. Also, just a FYI, if you're looking at my nails going, what in the world is going on there? I've never had more care or attention to my nails prior to doing this. And then all of a sudden now I'm just like solely focused on making sure that my nails look presentable. Which in a way is a good thing because my hands get really dry just due to my work environment. So it's not a bad thing, but it was just so funny. I've never paid so much attention to it before. But yes, we were in lockdown for a while, so they've definitely grown out. I must say much more than what I expected, but it is what it is and we work with it. So it's all good. Now gas is getting 25, so we've got 20 and a 5. So this is for the utility bills. So utility envelope, which is gas, I've got 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. All right, CC, so my credit card, adding towards that, it will be a 50. So we've got 50, 100 towards credit card. Come closer, child. All right, PL, so my personal loan is also getting another 100 in, so that's 1, 2. Oh, guys, and I've run out of anime to watch. Not because I've watched all of it, I just remembered now as I look at this. Not because I've watched all of it, but it's because I've finished Demon Slayer and the movie. I'm just thinking, what am I going to commit myself now to? I'm kind of having a bit of withdrawals because I'm like, when am I going to watch the next season? And on the topic of which, Crunchyroll, so that's the account that our anime gets deducted out of, and Spotify. So this envelope is not getting anything this pay. Charity, I'm excited and so grateful to say that I'll be stuffing this. Now, previously I've been stuffing 10, which is the amount that I allowed for it. But second week into this budget, I'm so grateful and so happy to announce that this week I can stuff $50 into this. So we've got $60 for charity. And I'm so beyond grateful for this because I already have plans as to where it's going to go. So my brother is currently in Vietnam, and he's been there ever since the borders have closed from Australia to Vietnam. So he actually can't come back at the moment. However, he's got a family over there and he's got relatives over there. And I'm grateful to say that my brother and his sister-in-law are currently working on saving up money and just being able to buy food, rice, sauces, some meats, just whatever they can buy with the money, with their money, and now soon to be this money as well, $60. They're going to be putting it towards buying food for those that are dealing it really tough in Vietnam right now. I believe it was last year that they've, on top of the pandemic, also got hit with a flood, and it's just been wreaking havoc over there. So they just need all the support that they can right now, and I'm so grateful that he is over there. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, so I'm so grateful that he's over there because he's given me an opportunity to put this money into his care so that he can buy the things that needs to be done and talk to the locals and just hand it out to people that are really facing it tough right now. So I'm so grateful for that, and so grateful for the universe to be able to help me with this budget, to be alongside me on this journey, and just to be able to work on stuffing that a bit more this pay. So I'm really grateful for that. So that's where that's heading. Gifts is not getting stuffed this week. Nor investments, that's not getting stuffed. Health is not getting stuffed. Holiday is not getting stuffed, and Christmas is not getting stuffed. Well, looks like we are up to date with that one. So I'm just going to be doing a few adjustments until I can make this final payment for the car, and then we will be in a good position to be able to continue stuffing the other areas and the other envelopes. I'm excited for that, and I'm so grateful as well. So car maintenance, this time round we've got 35. So I've got 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. All right, and we already have in here, so 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50, 60, and 70. I'll just count that again because I'm second guessing myself. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Beautiful. All right, so car maintenance has 70. So that's car maintenance. Barina Rego, we're not stuffing that at the moment. And Barina Insurance is not getting stuffed as well. And our last 5 is going in our WWF, which is World Wildlife Fund. So we've got 5, 10. Beautiful. And I've had someone ask as well what will be happening with the excuse me, with the money from the Sorry Fund. So my Sorry jar, let me know if you want me to count it. I'd love to share this journey with you as well. So definitely let me know if you want me to count this. It looks like it's got a decent amount in there already. And obviously the $40 that we put in on top last week. But someone has asked me what I'm going to do with the Sorry jar, and what I have decided to do is use the money in here as an opportunity to help others. So be it through my communication with my brother and his family overseas, and just seeing if there's anything else that I can support with in terms of essential items, or just locally seeing if I can help anyone purchase their groceries, or just help with whatever situation they're going through during these challenging times with this money. So the reason I'm doing that is because the Sorry jar, I feel that for me, it's giving me an opportunity to use other words instead of just over apologizing for situations that may be out of my control. So in that same instance, I want the Sorry jar to also reflect that in action, that I'm using it to give someone else the potential chance to get over this obstacle or hurdle that they're currently facing, because there are brighter days and we all go through challenging moments. So I definitely don't want that to defeat anyone. I definitely want it to help wherever it can. All right, guys, that is the stuffing for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll consider liking, dropping comments as well in the box below, and also subscribing, of course, because there'll definitely be more of these to come. So thank you so much. Have a great evening, and I shall speak to you in my next video. Bye.